Okay, next, I wanted to show you how to just manage the material and create what we call a C-bar. And a C-bar is used in a lot of orthoses to kind of keep that adductor on a stretch. And in this particular case, we're going to use the same material. You can see it's rigid and hard side, and I'm just going to use a small segment of this material. So I'm just going to wait for it to become pliable. I kind of check it in this pan, gets pliable. Now I'm going to use my cutting, and when the material is slightly pliable, you get a decent edge. So that's something to think about when you're cutting your material. It's a lot easier to cut when it's semi-pliable than when it gets floppy. Back in the water, because now I'm going to mold it, and I want an increase in the conformability of this plastic. So I'm going to wait till I literally, when I go to put my scissors in and this folds onto itself, I'm getting really close to being able to put it on my hand. So I'm working right now on trying to create the smoothest, roundest, easily conformed C-bar. Okay, it's pretty, it's warm but not so warm I can't put it on my hand. I apply it, and what I want you to realize when you do this, that you're not really forcing the material down. You're just encouraging it to slide into place. If you want to, you can kind of take the material and tack it, and then you don't have to worry about where it goes after that. And I want you to know I'm not using a lot of my fingertips. You'll see me just forming it, keeping my fingertips off. And then I'm going to open up the space, kind of work it a little bit more. And you can kind of see how I'm creating this interesting splint that I'm, by itself, it's not a done deal because it would be attached to other things. And I would definitely probably have to clear out this center piece so the tip can work. And I'd have to clear out a little edge here so my finger, but sometimes you have people wear these things at night to limit the collapsing, tightening of the adductor pollicis. So again, I would play around with this material, I'd take it off, I'd try to understand it a little bit more. I'd like to know, does this material have memory? I'm going to throw it back in. I want to see if it'll return to its original home. It's pretty close. It looks a little overstretched. I can tell by some of the holes. But again, I can lay it back flat. And I have a respectable orthosis. Again, I could practice that again on myself or my partner just to see if I could repeat it. This time I'm going to work the plastic so that it attaches high. That way it'll stay home. And then work the material again, bring her down, maybe attach again. It's a little tacky there, so it gives me an opportunity to work with it. And there I am again, creating that just smooth, easy. Fold that edge a little bit, that way it doesn't get into my web space there. And if it was a patient that I wanted to stretch, I may apply a little. Or if it's my hand-based splint, I'll be working that C in that direction. You can see I'm just kind of contouring and making the C. Keep working. Thanks.